just a peace show to save the world. So give up all folly, give up all strife, because peace is the way of life. Yeah, peace is the way of life. All right, so at the Peace on Earth Center, here's some of the things we do to try to raise some fundage. I've got my original hand-painted t-shirts from New Orleans, and we just share this art with everybody that comes in. Hey. And we're going to do an interview and ask people about what this Peace on Earth Center has done for them. We've been up to 100 guests per week. That was last semester. That was really awesome. This is it's a no-brainer t-shirt. So we're spreading peace out there. This is a very recent one. This has got a lotus in the mind. It's a little wrinkled down there, but you get the idea. It's got one of those psychic brain eggs. That's what that is. And the third eye has a lotus flower. So it's a very psychic t-shirt, very significant. There are rays of vision coming out of the eyes and a transcendent grid up above in the mind. And the psychic brain egg, which is also in the cerebral cortex. There's another psychic brain egg there. Okay. And despite the fact that this eye being up and down might remind you of that silly movie, The Lord of the Rings, it actually is the third eye of Lord Shiva. And that is seen through the darkness, rising up into the spiritual intelligence. So you're kind of looking at this person's face from the side, really, and if you glance upward a little bit, you'll get the third eye. And of course, we don't believe in the New World Order here, not at all. These are eyes and pyramids that are inspired by so many artists. They always like to paint these things, and it's okay. Doesn't mean there's some conspiracy. So these two flying pyramids with eyes in them are flying through the clouds, and that's a very nice t-shirt. This is the Psychic Brain Egg Vortex t-shirt now. It's very important, this shirt, because we have the psychic brain egg. Once again, you see it on the cerebral cortex of this amazingly psychic entity there. So, and then it says psychic brain egg vortex. And this one I call exuberant concept. It is an unnamed shirt, but that's what it is named without the name written on it, because peace is being held up as the person's like making a peace sign with their hand, but instead it's a peace sign. And so I call this one peace an exuberant concept. You can see that very exuberant look on that face. That's what it's all about. And all the elation coming out of the higher chakras. Woohoo! So going back over here, this one is Peace Behold. I just looked at my hand and kind of painted that one. And this one is really awesome right here. It's a big heart. Lots of pastel-y love, and this one I call this Grow Peace Out of Love. You see, because you got the heart coming out the bottom and the purples, and it's growing peace. That's a very popular shirt there. And we were eating pizza when we were making these shirts, so I just said, well, have a slice of pizza. And this is sort of like the peace sun. It's a big flaming peace sign. Life is love. The sun is the brightest, biggest thing, and so is peace. And this is peace with the moon in it and a little love on the side. So you've got some lunar peace with a little love on the side there. Lunar peace is love. And we did the peace first, and it turned into a lollipop. So peace lollipop looks like one. Peace comet. Woohoo! And of course, the simple, silly question we should all be asking, which is, why not peace? Peace is good, peace is now, peace is us, peace is how, peace is right now.
I've been on the road for 8 months just living out of a bicycle trailer, and it is a testament in my experience right now to that statement, where the less I have, the more I can wake up every day and just,
exactly.
Just go, and there's no
exactly.
no
It's
legalities,
freedom.
no rules. I'm just like,
yeah.
And less is more in that way.
But when you want to start raising kids, then you want to have a place, because it takes a village to raise a child. And I think each village should be self-sufficient.
Right.
We should use solar power for electricity.
There's saws going on over there. What's your philosophy on life?
Well, I'd say rather than take the path not traveled, why don't you take your machete out and cut your own path? It's my philosophy.
And but how do you get not stuck in the bramble of life?
I'd say take a partner. Use the buddy system as best
Buddy
you can.
system? Okay, so buddy system, take a partner, buddy system. You're talking about synergy. Two people can create more than the two as individuals alone if they synergize together.
Yeah, you can be the prosperable loner, but it's not always, you're not always alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can go to others for advice and such and such, but other than that, even if you look at yourself as blazing your own path, sometimes you'll find other people along the way that'll be like, hey, I found this ledge.
Okay.
So, I try not to let too much surprise me anymore.
Okay.
There's always going to be something out there that's going to, twist your view of the world or is going to puncture your bubble in a way you weren't exactly expecting. So my thing is be optimistic, be open to whatever might, come your way. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but if you have a positive outlook on it when it is coming your way, sometimes you can deflect things or mold things the way you need them to
Really, that's a really good philosophy on life.
Chintamani Prakarasadamasu Kalpariksha Lakshavriteshu Surabhira Abhipalyantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasambrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurisham Tamaham Bhajami.
There's a group of very dedicated people that really want to change the world, and that's what it's got to be. And just send love.
Yeah.
And that's so important. It's just sending love. I mean, like this guy, he needs love more than anybody.
No, I've got love. I just put it onto a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. You had everyone's undivided attention to do their part, listen to their heart, help save this planet and our human society, and keep it civil and loving. What would be your advice to them?
Okay, first of all, you need to change your mind. Yoga, meditation, just sending out love to the world. Sending out love to the world is the one thing that is going to change this world. And if and it can change anything. You can be in the most crazy situation, and if you just send love,
Yeah.
it's just like it changes. It changes.
But when the crazy situations come to you, that's the time that it really practices is put
Yeah.
into purpose. Your purpose is practice
Right.
on the small individual basis, and so to forgive unlimitedly anyone who's ever done you wrong, even in the heat of it.
Oh yeah, that's
It's like that's when the test comes down to
Yeah.
the wire.
Well, I think if something bad should transpire, if you are hating in that moment, or if you are really stressing in that moment, the aftermath is going to be so much worse than if something bad happens, but in that time, in that space, you're saying, hey, that's okay.
All right.
I love you.
So
I love this.
There's
Or
the
you're
four
better
things.
off.
There's the four things.
Yeah.
There's logic, reasoning, arguing, and then fighting. It's like if you get tired of something, you say, I just won't do it anymore. I can't fight anymore. I can't argue because arguing is verbal fighting.
right.
And you can reason it out and bring it back to logic and agree to love. That's the highest logic. So you want to try out on bass?
Dude, bass sounds like an awesome thing to try out on.
Yeah? Okay, well, come try out on bass. Well, he's a good friend. He comes around to yoga all the time. That's right. And awesome dude, rides a motorcycle. We have that in common, too. And I would say that he's very smiling, even though he didn't quite pass the bass test. There was some dexterity in there, but he's going to go work on it. And he was so blissful about it.
With my clarinet, yeah?
Yeah, he's a clarinet. Very beautiful. All right. One love.
Phenomenal, one love.
All God's children sing together, glorify the same. All God's children be united with the holy gaze. All God's children from all nations, put aside your claims. All God's children be united with the holy names. Allah, Allah, Buddha, Buddha, Jesus, Jesus, Yahweh, Yahweh. Tonka, Tonka, Great Spirit, Hare Krishna, Radhe, Radhe. Allah, Allah, Buddha, Buddha, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Yahweh, Yahweh. Tonka, Tonka, Great Spirit, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for watching The Peace Show.